so many indicators that suggested that even with the reopening, people are still going to be hesitant to spend the money they have on hand because they've got to spend it on healthcare, they've got to spend it elsewhere. Do you think that we are going to see a big jump in consumption, perhaps to around that 8-9% level for this year, or is it going to be a little bit more reserved, considering that a lot of people on the ground have a lot of worries about the state of the economy?
I think, therefore, stock selection would be very essential when we're talking about equity. Given the fact that consumer sector in China has been highly fragmented in the past, and therefore, let alone whether or not China's reopening, whether or not the consumption recovery is going to be sharp, there are sectors that's naturally consolidating, and the leaders are naturally going to benefit from the consolidation in terms of market share, in terms of pricing power, and therefore in terms of earnings growth going forward. And those will be the sectors we would advise investors to focus on for at least 2023. And hopefully, if the consolidation is going to last for a cycle, so 2 to 3 years, those shares are likely going to give investors very handsome gains.
Do you think that President Xi's comments about, corporates in China being more responsible and, perhaps could potentially impact their margins moving forward?
I think that has always been the essence or emphasis of the government, not only in China, I think elsewhere in the world too. And therefore, a lot of the state entities are already implementing what President Xi would ask them to do. And therefore, there's not something new that's all of a sudden landing on the laps of these corporates. So I don't think investors should be too nervous about that situation.